Hey Google, is it too late to start the show?
Nah, we're good. Welcome to Questions and Alan with a very tired-looking Alan Furstenberg.
Hey everyone, I'm Alan Furstenberg and I am here to help you with your questions about developing and designing for the Google Assistant. Hey Google, what's new?
Well, Google just released the Actions Builder. Can you explain what it is?
Yeah, the Actions Builder. So the Actions Builder and the Actions SDK are a new way to make actions, and they're really exciting. I'm really looking forward to working more with this. The great thing about the Actions Builder over the previous version of the Action SDK is that we have a natural language understanding system directly in it. So this means you're able to use the Actions console or an SDK to develop actions that have a natural language understanding system already part of it. Hey Google, does that make sense?
Got it, but what does this mean for Dialogflow?
So those of you who have used Dialogflow, you know that Dialogflow also provides a natural language understanding system. And this was the previous suggested way that you would be able to build actions with an NLU component already. Now, Dialogflow is not going anywhere. It's not going away. You're still able to build actions for it. But this gives us a whole new, and in some ways, easier and better way to develop actions for the Google Assistant. Hey Google, it's kind of like Dialogflow, I guess, but it's different.
How different is it from Dialogflow?
So while it does the same thing, it's an NLU component under the covers, it does it in a very different way. And this way makes it easier for us to design the whole conversation flow from a single system. And then from that design, makes it a little bit easier to implement it, put things together, and to work together as a team to do it. All of this is done because we're working around what are known as scenes. And these scenes are kind of the fundamental grouping for a set of things that we want to do or that we want a user to do. So a set of interactions with the user are all broken up into scenes. Actions can have just a couple of scenes or they can have many scenes depending on how complex it is. But since we're breaking it up into these components, it tends to make it easier to design and to work with. Hey Google, is that clear?
So there aren't any intents?
Oh, no. There are still intents. Don't worry about that. But they no longer have the primary role. Scenes have taken over many of the things that intents did under Dialogflow. Instead, intents go back to what they should be doing, and that is, can you guess this? Capturing what the user has said. The scene is the part that now helps determine what do we do with that. This could mean transitioning to another scene. It could mean executing some logic. It could mean replying back. It could mean waiting until some other conditions are met and asking some more questions. So scenes are now in control of what our action does and says, while intents are a portion of it that just captures the sorts of things that we expect the user to say. So scenes are now responsible for managing what's known as a prompt queue, what we're going to say back to the user. And there's a whole scene life cycle around what happens when we enter into a new scene. How do we determine when we leave a scene? What can we do in the middle? How do we build up the responses? How do we prompt for additional things? How do we handle exceptional cases? All of that is something that we can control through the scene itself. Hey, Google, what else do you think I need to cover?
Those are the basics for now, but people can check out the documentation at https://developers.google.com/assistant and feel free to ask questions. But for now, you need a nap. Say goodnight, Alan.
Good night, Alan.